COMESA Business Council and High People proudly present the 40 Days 40 Fintechs Initiative, a game-changing platform under the Include Everyone program, spotlighting the innovative technologies that are shaping the future of financial inclusivity across Africa. As part of our expansion across the entire COMESA region, we are bringing the 40 Days 40 Fintechs to Zambia and Malawi. This edition is all about highlighting the trailblazers using financial technology to break down digital barriers and empower lives across Zambia and Malawi.
My name is Dr. Jonathan Pinifolo, and I work as Chief Operating Officer for the Digital Financial Inclusion Program in COMESA Business Council. So COMESA Business Council is basically one of the COMESA institutions responsible for the private sector development, and it does its work through policy and advocacy, but also trying to make business linkages as well as even capacity building, just to make sure that the private sector is up to stake. So for the DeFi program, what we're trying to do is to come up with a regional retail payments platform. So this payments platform is going to connect commercial banks and non-banks, like for instance, mobile network operators, fintechs, as well as microfinance institutions. Basically, we just want to make sure that our traders within the COMESA regions are able to send money from one country into another country without any challenges. But also, by the end of the day, we're going to connect an e-commerce platform where traders can check market information, because at the moment, there are challenges to do with market information. Just also to let you know about the validation of the payments platform. So it's going to bring a lot of value, like for instance, interoperability. So the platform will be able to interconnect with other payment systems, be it Visa or the SADC payment system or the East African payment system. Secondly, our traders will be able to enjoy, or say, use of local currencies. They don't have to look for foreign currencies, whether USD or Euro, to make a transaction. And also, the other aspect I already mentioned about the validated services, like for instance, access to finance, but also access to market information. During COVID, we noted to say that people had to travel to look for information. But now, when borders were closed, it was difficult. Hence, it will be very important now to use online platforms to access information. And also, I think, finally, is the wide geographical reach, because we are connecting mobile network operators and our traders are in the rural areas. So they will be able also to access these payments easily. So we want to make as much as possible that our services should be affordable. That's number one. Number two, we're also trying to look at the issue of validated services, because by the end of the day, some of these traders have challenges, like for instance, to get formal loans from the banks. Now, with this platform, what we're trying to do is to say they can have digital collaterals and be able to use them through their transaction history to get loans from the bank. Because today, if they go to a bank to get a loan, they'll be asked, do you have maybe a title deed for a house? They'll say, I don't have. So they cannot access loans. And access to finance is also one of the critical factors that we're trying to look at. So in terms of the market audience, number one, we are looking at SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises. So basically, we are focusing also on mainly women-led enterprises as well as the youth. Why we are focusing on SMEs is the fact that when you look at even Africa, COMESA region at large, GDP, when it comes to GDP contribution, about maybe 70% comes from the MSMEs. And this is the audience, the target users, which have been ignored by the corporate banking sector. So what we're trying to say is, how do we help them? They help to contribute a lot to GDP, hence the reason to save them. But also, even when you look at the women, these are also some of the target group which face quite a number of challenges in the borders and other areas. So far, like for the training, is focusing on initial 8 countries. We have Zambia, Malawi, Kenya, Uganda, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Mauritius. So we have conducted capacity building in all these areas just to make sure that they are ready for the platform. In terms of the state of adoption, I would say it's picking up very well. Most of the fintech companies are coming up on the market. And one good example is the current scenario whereby, even as part of the delegates, we have Iziani from Zambia, Imoses from Malawi, who are also helping us to build the modular payments platform. We're also working hand in hand with the regulators. just 3 weeks ago in Uganda, Kampala, where we had a reps user group meeting. So this meeting basically is made up of heads of payments from the central banks. So the whole aim is also just to make sure that there's a good playing field for all the fintechs, so that even licensing processes are also in order. At the same time, we also have to ensure that everyone is included. So how is that done? It's also through our program, whereby by itself, when we talk about the platform, the DRPP is an instant inclusive payments platform. So we want to make sure that whether it's a commercial bank or non-banks like fintechs, everyone is part of the ecosystem. In conclusion, number one, first, also just to extend my sincere thanks to our partners, iPeople. I think it's a journey we started in November 2023. It's almost, we are clocking 2 years now, but it's been a very good journey working with cross-border traders who will be part of our users of the platform. But also at the same time, it's just also even to call even other partners so that we move together in this journey, whereby we have to make sure that services are affordable, but also people should be able to pay monies across the region.
This financial inclusion revolution is presented in partnership with Level 1 Project, Infitex, Cyber PLC Academy, and the Moduloop Foundation, with generous support from the Gets Foundation. Follow hashtag 40 Days 40 Fintechs and hashtag Level 1 Project and be part of building a brighter financial future for all.